Hello, friends, and welcome to another edition of SudokuManiacs. I know we had decided that we'll be putting out a series of videos on the solving techniques. However, I could not resist creating this video on this anti-night Sudoku that was hosted at SudokuManiacs on 12th of December 2019. Now, we noticed a lot of people left the puzzle halfway. Either they just did not have time or they were unable to find the breakthrough. I did receive a few requests asking me on the approach needed to solve this puzzle, and I thought that why not take this as an example and create a tutorial video. So without wasting more time, let's get back to solving the Sudoku. The first thing I notice is there are four digits given in the central box 5. So, and with the 1 at R4C3, I see it cannot be in row 4. The R5C5 and the R6C4 cells are eliminated due to the night step, which basically means 1 can only be in R6C6. Similarly, the digit 8 cannot be in row 4, is eliminated from the central R5C5. So there's only one place for the 8. Only 2, 5 and 6 are remaining. When we look at R6C4, this cell is at a night step from the 2 as well as 5, which eliminates both these digits, allowing us to place a 6. The R5C5 cell is again at a night step from this 5, which basically means this is going to be a 2 and this is going to be a 5. Now let's look at where 2 can be in box 2. The only two places that I see are in R1C4 and R1C5. And similarly, when I look at this 9, the 9 cannot be in this central column. It cannot be in R2C4 or R2C5, 6 because of the night step, which basically means we have a pair of 2, 9 in R1C4 and R1C6. Now the next step here would be similarly looking at the 2s and 7 here. The 2 in box 6 cannot be in the central row. It cannot be in these two, which basically means 2 is limited to R4 and R6C9. Similarly, the 7 cannot be in the central row. The R4 and R6C8 are eliminated due to the knight's move, which basically means we again have a pair of 2, 7 in column 9. But now looking at R4 C2, let's see what the possibilities are here. 1 is eliminated because it's in the row. When you look closely, the digits 2, 3 and 4 are all at a knight's step. So we cannot have all these 3 digits here as well. 5, 6, 8, 9 are all in the row. So the only possibility we have here is a 7, which makes this a 2 and this a 7. Some progress. So let's put the pencil marks of 3 and 4. Now we have got a 7. Let's look at box 7 where the 7 can be. It can either be here or here. But R9 C3 is at a night step, so this cannot be a 7, and we have a 7 at R9C1. Now in box 3 there are only 2 places available for 7, and in box 2 7 cannot be here because of a knight's move, so 7 has to be in any of these two, which basically means when we look at row 3 now, the only place left for 7 is R3C3. Right? Good so far? Now let's look at column 4. The missing digits are 1, 2, 5 and 9. 2 and 9 are logged in row 1 in box 2, so this has to be a 1 and a 5. But with the 1 at R4C3, which is at a night step, we cannot have a 1 here, and this gives us a 5. Which basically means when we look at the continuation, 5 has to be in one of these two cells. Now once we got this 7, again 7 is at a nice move with this, so this cannot be a 7. So the 7 comes here and we have a 7 here. Good enough. Now the remaining digits in box 2 are 1, 4 and 6. When we look at our 3C5, this cell is at a night step from the 1 and 4 together. So this has to be a 6, and by classic Sudoku rules, this becomes your 1, this becomes your 4. So we have a 1, 2, 9 here, 1, 2, 9 in this, and we have a 2, 6, 9. Now here we can have only a 2, 6 because 9 is at a night step, and this will be a 2, 6, 9. So let's look at column 5. We have 3 digits remaining, which are 4, 5 and 8. Now in this cell we cannot have a 5 because it's in the same row, and the 4 is at a night step, so this has to be an 8, giving us a pencil mark of 4 and 5 here. Good enough till now? Alright. Now similarly, let's look at the row 2. We have 3, 6, 8 and 9 which are not available. So this is 3, 6, 8, 9. 3 cannot be here because of this, so this has to be 8 and 9. We do have an 8 and 9 in this column, and the 6 at the night step. Oh, so we get a 3 here, and this becomes our 6, 8, 9. Now with this 3, which is at a night step here, so this becomes a 4, this becomes a 3. Now we have 4, 4, so this has to be a 4, this has to be a 2, and that leaves us with 6, 8 and 9 in the box 5. Now 6 and 8 both are at a night step from R5C2, this has to be a 9, so we can safely eliminate that, and this becomes a 6, 8, 6, 8. Clear so far? Now when we look at the 9 in box 1, it cannot be in column 2. It is eliminated from row 1 because of the 2-9 pair here. So the only place for 9 is in column 1. But our 3C1 is at a night step from this 9. So this has to be a 9. This also becomes a 6, 8. Now 9 has to be in these two. It cannot be here because, so this becomes a pencil mark for 9. Now looking at the 3, we have a 3 and a 3. 3 cannot be here because of the night step. It cannot be in column 1, so the only place for 3 is here. So 3, 3, and again we have a pencil mark of 3, 9, a pair. So we have actually got a pair. Now with this 2, 2, 2 cannot be here because of the night step, so 2 has to be here. Then which are the other possibilities? Oh, so we get a 6, which we can blindly wrap it up. Now when we look at row 7, 9 cannot be here because of the night step. 9 cannot be here, nor can it be here because of the night step, so this has to be a 9. 9 with being logged here, this becomes a 9. Now let's look at the row 3. The missing digits are 1, 4 and 5. 1 cannot be here, so this has to be a 4 and a 5. A 5 cannot be here, so this is a 1, 4. Here you cannot have a 4, neither can you have a 1 because it is a nice step. So this becomes a 5, which makes this a 4 and this a 1. So 1, 1, and this becomes a 1. With the 4, 4, this becomes a 4. 4, 4, 4 cannot be here because of the nice step. This becomes a 4. So you get a 5 and a 4 here. This 4, 4, again 4 cannot be here because of the night step, so this becomes a 4. So the missing digits are 1, 6 and 1, 6 in row 7. But we already have a 1, so this becomes a 6, 1, 6, 8, 8, 6, 8. This becomes an 8. 8, 8, 8 has to be in these two, but with this 8, so this becomes your 8. Oh, so this becomes your 1. So we have a 2, 9 here. Now in this box we have 1, 3 and 5 missing. So 1, 3. This is a 5. 1 is at a nice shape. So 1 and a 3. 1, 5, 6. So this becomes a 5. Missing is a 2. So this has to be a 6 and a 9. 3, 6, 3, 6. With this being a 3. Oh, sorry, this is a 6. So this has to be a 3, a 6. 9, 9, 3, 2, 6, 2, 9. Let's see if our solution is correct. Yep, and that was how this puzzle was supposed to be solved. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you think and feel that you like this video, then please go ahead, like it on our YouTube channel, share it, subscribe to our channel, spread the word around, let everyone learn Sudoku. And of course, if you have any feedbacks, do not hesitate to reach out to us. We are more than happy to hear you. Till the next time, happy solving, friends.